Kubrat, Pulev, the WBA, and Moses Itauma come together. The WBA has ordered Kubrat Pulev to defend his regular title against Moses Itauma. And let me counterpunch. I see Moses going down the same route as Daniel Dubois. You remember when he fought Bryant Jennings for the WBA regular, and then he got his title shot against Alexander Usyk shortly after that? That's what's happening to Moses Itauma. Now the question is, will Frank and the boys and the team, will they force that particular route? Okay, because it seems like to me when it came to Frank Sanchez, it's like they snatched him back, they pulled him back, they stopped his progress or progress attempt, right? And wanted to go another route. Will they do that with Kubrat Pulev? And I would say, I believe they would, because this fighter, Kubrat Pulev, if you can't beat Pulev for the WBA, you shouldn't be at that level anyway. Because Kubrat he's fought Derek Chisora, he's fought Anthony Joshua, he's fought Klitschko. So he's a guy that's been around the block 4 or 5 times, 44 years of age. He was going to fight Michael Hunter at one point, and that's funner, Michael Hunter, but that didn't happen. Nonetheless, we have Moses Itauma that wanted to be one of the youngest heavyweights around, and I think they'll go for that. The age, Kubrat's worn, torn, you know what I mean? And I think that would be a good fight for Moses to get that strap, and I think it's about time. But what message does it send? What message does it send? It sends that Moses is willing to go in there and beat up older guys, kind of how they did AJ. AJ started getting that jacket to where all of the guys that he's fought were either late 30s or in their 40s, right? But haters are always welcome, you know what I mean? Because it's the WBA. But 2 people stick out, Michael Hunter, right? And David Adelaide, and then you look at Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter's that guy that's always been avoided. So, a lot of people really won't question that except for me, simply based off the fact that I was telling people that fight wouldn't happen, and now we have another route for a belt. So, yeah, obviously it won't happen. But the question is, if the WBA opportunity wouldn't have came about, would he have fought Michael Hunter? And I would still tell you guys no. It probably would be David Adelaide, if anything, But this is a better opportunity. Fighting Michael Hunter could be a banana peel. Fighting Frank Sanchez could be a banana peel. But are these banana peels needed for the growth of Moses Itauma? And I would have to say yes, because the sooner the better, especially for Michael Hunter. You know what I mean? Because he's older. He's more of a seasoned fighter that may be coming out of his prime. He's one of those guys that I don't feel got the opportunities that could have shown us how good he really was. But will Kubrat Pulev take that money? I think this will be a perfect opportunity to see if people are actually avoiding him. Because if he doesn't fight Kubrat, okay, that meant Kubrat did what the other fighters did. Asked for too much money, like Derek Chisora did. He asked for too much money, and others, right? Which, we don't have too many names, but, I like this whole idea. I like it. I like it based off the fact that, the WBA regular is a pathway to much better things, a title shot. even if the belts are with one person or not, Moses Itauma gets a shot at the world title to be a champion at 20 years of age. So it's really up to Kubrat Pulev, and what if he doesn't take it, well, they may strip him. So, I think that that's a great opportunity for Moses Itauma, and most importantly, it's a safe one. So everybody wins. Everybody wins. But you guys tell me what you think of the WBA ordering Kubrat Pulev to fight Moses Itauma next. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.